A very successful first 6 months for Trump and this new administration has a cloud over it right now in the shape of Jeffrey Epstein, the wealthy pedophile sex trafficker who racked up thousands of victims, according to the DOJ, many underage, has been dead for 6 years, but the story remains. Joe Biden's White House refused transparency on the Epstein case and his alleged high-profile clients, which was not surprising at all. But Trump was elected to be a wrecking ball to destroy this kind of activity, this business as usual in Washington. No longer would the elites play by their own rules. No longer would they escape justice. And right now, many in MAGA are wondering why it appears that the president is helping the deep state conceal the Epstein scandal, considering the lengths that deep state has gone to destroy him. The truth is, nobody knows the full scale of this scandal or what the full truth really is. Nobody has this information except a select few, which is why it's so hard to figure any of this out. There's tons of speculation everywhere. Nobody really knows what's going on. But one thing is obvious at this point. The administration dug itself quite a hole by talking up this scandal and their transparency during the campaign and then really doubling down during the transition this past winter.
We need to release the Epstein list. That is an important thing.
Who's on the Epstein tapes, folks? Who's on those tapes? Who's in those black books? Why have they been hiding it?
You know, it's the same thing with Epstein's list. It's like, what the hell are these Republicans doing? What the hell are the House Republicans doing? They have the majority. You can't get the list?
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
Yes, I would.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump.
All right, so to flip around after all that and say nothing to see here like they did about a week ago has been a bit of a communications disaster. What we don't know is why this is happening. There might be a fantastic excuse for what we're seeing right now, but it seems like the people are going to need to hear that excuse because this doesn't feel like it's going away. Today, the Epstein story was blacked out over at Fox. No coverage, at least not this far into the day. That doesn't help. The president has shown his frustration with the obsession over the Epstein story as he continues to rack up wins early in his first term. He wants the attention on the things he's doing. He's doing a lot of good stuff, and everybody's talking about Epstein. It's not the fault of his supporters, though, who are the ones that are really pushing this. This was a bait and switch, it feels like. Pam Bondi was on Fox nearly every day and talking about Epstein over and over and over again. And then to have this is the result. Rumors of Bongino and Kash Patel considering fleeing their leadership roles at the FBI are not helping either. These people were brought in to eviscerate the swamp, as Trump said a month after he was elected.
I will totally obliterate the deep state, stop the weaponization of our government, and overhaul the corrupt FBI and DOJ. We're going to bring transparency and accountability back to our government, and we'll be very soon, you're going to see it drain the swamp. We're going to be draining that swamp.
Drain it. Over the weekend, Turning Point held an event in Florida. Young people at that event made it very clear they want transparency on this issue, and yes, they still very much care. It was asked to the crowd. The crowd went wild. Much of the conversations at the event were fixated on Jeffrey Epstein.
Make some noise if you care about the Jeffrey Epstein scandal.
Raise your hand if it matters a lot to you. Raise your hand. So every hand of 7,000 people.
I've got to be honest, I blame Pam Bondi. She has never missed an opportunity to go on television and dangle sweet nothings that might be coming your way. Try to lead you to believe that she's got it, it's on her desk, it's coming tomorrow, you're gonna see something on Epstein. And it was a tease. Her words on the record on Fox News are diametrically opposed to what she put in this memo. She's embarrassed the president, she's embarrassed herself.
It was a topic. It was discussed quite often at that event, and that event is a pretty big deal. As all of this pressure mounts, Epstein's co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell, doing 20 years in prison for her part in all of this, is offering now to testify in front of Congress. You really wonder what'll happen with that. Google searches for Epstein are skyrocketing. Trump's the only person more popular than this guy in a Google search. Meanwhile, the Trump-hating media is loving this story for one reason and one reason alone, because it's bad for the White House. Remember, these outlets never applied any pressure on Joe Biden to release this information. Take a listen to Hakeem Jeffries pretend that he cares about the victims and the truth.
The American people deserve to know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as it relates to this whole sordid Jeffrey Epstein matter. Democrats didn't put the Jeffrey Epstein thing into the public domain. This was a conspiracy that Donald Trump, Pam Bondi, and these MAGA extremists have been fanning the flames of for the last several years. And now the chickens are coming home to roost.
What an awful way to put it. We didn't care about any of this, but they do, so now they should show it. One of the worst. One of the worst. A tweet from Matt Walsh at the Daily Wire said it quite well. We want justice. That's what the people telling us to move on from the Epstein case don't understand. We have a deep desire for justice down in our bones and our souls. We see how the corrupt and the powerful are never held accountable. Trump voters hate being lied to, probably more than anything. They are acutely aware of just how much government lies to all of us, because government lies all the time. That's why they gave the wrecking ball the power. That's why they put Trump in Washington. The MAGA base either needs the full story or a damn good reason why they can't have it. You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt Tonight on Newsmax.